Welcome back. Well, places of worship are supposed to be sanctuaries of peace and a place to reflect and repent. However, in the past few years, we have seen that change with acts of violence throughout the country, even here in Wisconsin.
But an event this month wants to make sure that these groups are prepared and organized in this changing world. And Jason Weber, Public Safety Training Coordinator at Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, is here to tell us about an upcoming event to help these groups out. Jason, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So let's talk about it. It's called the House of Worship Security and Safety Symposium. What is it? What's going to be involved? How did it come about?
Well, it actually came about a couple of years ago after the horrific shooting down in Texas at the church there. Several of us at my former police department at Fox Crossing were talking about it. We started talking about it with some of our colleagues up here at NWTC, and we thought, you know, we really should have some sort of educational session or training session for churches. At the time, there was a lot of education out there for schools, for businesses, but there really wasn't anything for churches. As we know, these incidents really are something that they don't happen in our community. You know, we just don't think that they happen in our community. Unfortunately, down in the valley, we saw it happen in Menasha and Fox Crossing on the Trestle Trail. So it really hit home for a lot of us. We ended up putting this event together last year, which was the first year. We had 150 people attend. Which was surprising. It was a pleasant surprise. So this year we ended up forming a planning committee of several local churches, and we reached out and we were able to attract several national speakers to come. We're closing in on a couple hundred people already registered for it.
And this is really important. Like you mentioned, there's programs out there for businesses and schools, but why a religious organization in particular?
Well, you know, again, it's something that we don't think, I mean, it's what are churches? They're supposed to be open, they're supposed to be places of peace, places that we reflect, not places of violence. Unfortunately, they are soft targets, and they're starting to be targets for a lot of these people because there's a lot of folks there in a church. So they take advantage of that.
There's a special film presentation also on the 11th. It's called Faith Under Fire. Tell us, what's that?
So that is one of our speakers, Jimmy Meeks, runs an organization called Sheepdog Seminars, which is based down in Texas. He was one of the producers of this film. This film is a documentary of the very first church shooting in the United States, which was down in Texas. So he has graciously offer to come up a day ahead of time and offer this free showing for the community.
So what are you hoping people take away, and do they need to register ahead of the event?
Yes, so basically we hope people to take away ways to be safe, ways to protect their church. Now, a lot of the tactics that we're going to be teaching really apply across the board for any type of emergency, not necessarily an active shooter. They can register. Probably the easiest way is go to our Facebook page, which is NWTC Public Safety. On there, we have an event created, and that will take them to the registration link.
All right, so we'll get all that information posted on our website, wearegreenbay.com, after the show. Here's some more information about the upcoming event, though. It's coming up on February 12th through the 13th. You see the times there and location. You can register online as well. And again, really, it's just an informational event to make sure that you are safe in case something like this hopefully never happens, but you always want to make sure that you are prepared. Jason, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We got to check on the forecast coming up right after this.